The data landscape is changing. Well, just how is it changing? Notice that 85% of the data collected is unstructured. By unstructured, we mean these are videos, images, sound files, CAT scans, MRIs, tweets, emails, and we need to extract sentiment, information, knowledge from this unstructured data. They don't just reside happily in a database within tables and columns and rows. That would be structured data. So how do we go about collecting information and knowledge from this unstructured data? Well, therein comes the role of a data scientist. They collect data about animals, plants. They collect data about minerals, elements, even stars. Once you have collected a whole lot of data, patterns begin to emerge. This is actually where a lot of machine learning and artificial intelligence technologies come into play in depicting clusters, classifications from this entirety of data. Some call it big data. Well, fine. Now that we have classified our data, we find that collected data from animals and plants fall into phylogenetic trees. Collected data from minerals fall into crystal groups. Data collected from elements fall into the periodic table. And those from the stars are plotted against the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. It depicts temperature versus luminosity of the star. A very important part of a data scientist's job is now, and that is in visualization, in explaining the clusters, the classifications, the groupings that now machine learning technologies have enabled. Those that came from the phylogenetic trees perhaps lend in an explanation of the evolution of species. Data collected from crystal groups lead itself to the crystallography sciences. Data collected from the periodic table might answer why is it that carbon is such a prevalent element? How come life form is based on carbon? DNA is based on carbon. You might take a look at our sun, classified as a G-type star. The sun currently is 4.5 billion years old, another 4.5 billion years to go. It would end as a red giant, engulfing Earth halfway up to this asteroid belt. Mars would be quite habitable by then, for a blink of an eye, which is merely 1 million years. And then as it depletes its hydrogen core, it would shrink down to a white dwarf. These explanations, predictions, is what makes the job of a data scientist nowadays that much more sought after. Professor Morteza Haidar from Ryerson College in Canada stresses that it is the ability to explain, to visualize data that is of most keen aspects of a data scientist career, not just the know-how in coding in some language. Data science is an overarching science that uses machine learnings and artificial intelligence technologies to be able to extract that sentiment, that meaning, the value that we have collected from our data.